I think that being a good mediator, there are some obvious traits, obvious characteristics that will come at play, such as being a good listener, or having creative ideas, or being someone that is very knowledgeable about a particular file, and that's more or less obvious matters of pretty straightforwardness. But I think that there are a couple of other characteristics that come at play, especially in the very difficult and complex environment that we're working in right now. And one of them is integrity. That if you want to achieve result as a mediator, integrity will have to be a guiding star. Secondly, I think you cannot do it unless as well you have some real empathy. You need to feel, and you need to also the often very complex questions that you deal with, and the people that you meet need to understand that you are also a human being who understands their own sufferings. And that I think is absolutely critical. And then the third element that I would add is courage. Without courage, you cannot force or outline visions or get parties to agree to compromises, which is probably the most difficult decision that they will take, even more difficult than actually taking the decision to go to war. I don't want to expose the discussions that I have, but it's about being trusting in your vision and being ready to stand up for that, even when you're faced with quite difficult interlocutors. And I'm not only talking about the parties themselves, I'm talking about some heavyweights in the international community, member states, that will try to affect and influence you, and they should. But you also need to be ready and stand ready to tell parties, international community, when you believe that they are wrong, and be able to stand up for what you think is the right approach. We are engaged on a long-term work that has begun several years back, and a process that we are building brick by brick and layer by layer. And up until recently, we've done some significant progress on that journey. Clearly, at the time of this recording, the region is going through some very complex and difficult developments, where we're witnessing a destabilization that goes through the whole Middle East. That obviously affects everything you do in the Middle East right now, because anyone who lives in any country in the Middle East will have to adapt his or herself towards what's happening in the region right now. And so goes for Yemen, and so goes for the mediation efforts that we're doing. So while we are faced with challenges at this moment, it doesn't mean that the trajectory that we have outlined is the wrong one.